Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I am Bahamut, your caster. This is a Division S Heroes Lounge matchup. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having CGL Black, and on the right, it's going to be X's Men. I'm going to mess that up probably at some point. Kind of hard to see who's casting when it's looking. Here's. Are there any more casters doing different games? I like you, but I want to see who we are facing. No, that's absolutely fine. Let me see really quickly. Who? Oh no! Hold on, I've got this fun audio thing that's been popping up throughout the day. I'm trying to see who is casting currently. I think Jho is actually casting as well. Hello, Wonderbread. What's up? NA, I mean hello. Yeah, pretty much. Let me go ahead and I need to just do a troubleshoot of my Focusrite. It's doing this weird thing where like it's just like bubbling the audio. And it's been doing this on and off all day, and I can't figure out why. Usually just doing this fixes it. So hopefully, alright, let's just keep using current driver and hope it works out. But I don't think you guys are going to be hearing it, which isn't that bad. Is there any page that shows the channels that are casting the Twitch qualifier, or which are casting qualifiers? I don't know off the top of my head. I am sorry. I will work on a command maybe in between these games that will kind of give you that information. Maybe I can just get something up for the Reddit post, because I think there is a Reddit post. Thank you, Cowhead. How are you doing today? Also, Lonely and Wonderbread, thank you so much for the follows. I appreciate the support. Anya and Cranky and Hunter CJ, welcome everybody. Thank you all for being here. Really quickly, I did have something, and of course the moment we started, we had a little bit of an audio issue. I think it's gone, but either way, I do want to show you that there were some map bans that did take place. The coin flip was won by the members of CGL Black. They banned out Brax's Holdout. Dragonshire was banned out by the members of X's Men, and BOE was also chosen by them for the first map, which I forgot to do, so we're gonna, oh, that's game number 2. Game number 1. There we go. So there you have that. But let's go ahead and actually get back into the draft at this time. I tabbed really too quickly because I am very excited about this. I'm so happy and so pumped for Here's the Storm. These games, I've been looking forward to Division S for quite some time. So we've gone through our bans. I apologize that we're getting so late. One day of work this week. Oof. So we have an Anubrak, Malfurion, Li Ming going to be picked up on the side of CGL Black. X's Men are going to be going for that Tyrande Stitches combo. I will note that Imperius is available for during these games, making sure. Oh, all right. That's fine. I'll swap off. I just thought it would be good to wear a jersey in general, but unfortunately the t-shirt I'm wearing underneath has green on it, so I'll have to swap off in between the games. But we will go through this draft. It looks like we are going to... Oh, Hunter CJ, thank you so much for the follow. So we do have the Hanzo being banned out. This is Battlefield of Eternity. They're going to be looking for a race here. They could go for the Raynor ban here. Raynor's actually been in high contention for Battlefield of Eternity. Another pick could be Vala and or Greymane. There's a lot of really good race options. It's what do you not want to deal with. Anubrak does have... Oh, they're going to be going for Cassia. They don't want to deal with the blinds, so they're maybe going to be going for a little bit more dive with that Anubrak. Maybe they pick up the Greymane themselves, or they're going for a Malthael for the solo lane currently. But yeah, no, so far I like this draft coming up from both teams. Dive centric on the side of CGL Black, but we have a Jaina being picked up. That pairs well into the Tyrande and the Stitches. Phoenix to go into that as well, so we're going to be looking for some slows with the Putrid Bile. We're going to be also grabbing the Jaina for the Ring of Frost. She'll also be slowing. Phoenix will have the Purification Salvo, and then we will have Tyrande with just some slows follows, as well as the Hunter's Mark. This is a really good draft coming out from X's Men. Now, on the side of CGL Black, we do have these last 2 picks coming out. They will need a solo laner, and they are going to be needing a little bit more race. I still say go with the Greymane. They could actually pick up Genji for a double reset composition. That wouldn't be bad, but they don't have a big front line. Alarak going to be picked up, and that's going to be an Arthas. So Alarak probably for the 4-man, and then we'll have Phoenix going ahead and jumping in that bottom lane. Want to buy NA stream list? I am so sorry, Ryokai. I will find some way to get that information to you here. Oh, hold on a second. Nope. That is gonna... That's the big question. Reddit. It should honestly be at the top of the Heroes Reddit. Stop, don't. Reddit. So, Storm. Oh man, this audio thing. It's quite fun. That's EU. Isn't there a pinned one? No, I don't think there is. All right, let me just go ahead and pull this away. Really quickly, I'm going to unplug my little Focusrite. Hopefully it doesn't mess up too many things. Okay, that's rebooted. Yo, Toucher!
I will follow you.
Thank you.
Subscribed.
Thank you for using your Twitch Prime to support my channel. Thank you. My heart. How are you doing today, my friend? Thank you. It wasn't the easiest thing to figure out you were casting. The only reason I knew was following you, so you're about to go. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, no, I tried to find the Reddit post, but I can't skim it quick enough, and there's 500 things going on at once. But it seems like, okay, I've got my headphones. I don't hear the crackling anymore. That's good. That's all set. We'll go ahead and we're going to get into this game in just a second. All right, let's go ahead, and we do have it. So, game number 1. Starting on the left-hand side, we are going to be having the members of CGL Black, with Ray going to be on the Arthas. We're going to be having YOLO on the Alarak. I don't know why I couldn't think of that all of a sudden. We'll have Ice X is going to be on the Anubrak. Triple C4 will be on that Malfurion. And Sonova Harris is going to be on the Li Ming. I probably had it wrong, I apologize. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having the members of X's Men with the Unitas Buzz. That's probably wrong. We're going to have Breakwood. They're going to be playing the Phoenix. Breakwood will be on the Tyrande. Smokabolin is going to be on the Varian. Zadile is going to be on the Jaina. And WF Baskin is going to be on the Stitches. Sorry about that. We are getting back into the swing of these things. So we will go ahead and get right into this. Bottom lane. We do have the Phoenix actually going into the Arthas in the top lane. Maybe we'll see some swap outs, maybe some changes there. Varian could be interchanged for that solo lane as well. We'll see. Maybe they're just trying to look for that charge in taunt, and then Jaina dumps the damage as well as the stun follow up. And they've got a lot of good lockdown that really can blow up some of the members on the side of CGL Black. We do have a nice, just a lot of damage coming out between these two teams, but no one falling anywhere low. We do have the Savor the Flavor, excuse me, at level 1 for that Stitches. They're going to be stacking those up throughout. We do have Variant on the High King's quest, which a lot of people, and even myself, I've seen, is like, that's High King's, that's probably going to be Twin Blades. We'll see. We'll definitely see. I think that they'll get a lot more value if they go for the taunt. They do dive in onto YOLO. Some decent damage coming out. Some burst coming out from Jaina. They want to follow this up. There's going to be a root going out onto Breakwood and Stitches as well. And they back off. Now, we do have 1 minute 13 into the game here. We do have the Immortals popping up in about a minute 45. We should see a rotation off to these side camps very soon. Maybe a little bit of priority onto the siege camps in the bottom of the top lane. Maybe we'll see a split off from that. Tiny Owl, Fury Huts, everyone who is following, thank you so much. I have alerts off during the cast of games just so it's not showing up, but thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate all of it. Thank you. I love you all. All right. We do have this bottom lane continuing just to be pretty much just a poke fest. They're looking to stack up some quests here and there. Alarak is going to be looking for those extended lightning stacks as quickly as they can. And making sure they're not grouping up and allowing that to happen is a big factor on the side of X's Men. We do have CGL Black going over and grabbing their Bruiser camp. Fairly good timing, a little bit early on this, though. This will be pushing into lane very soon, unless they hold off on grabbing that. This is probably, it's noted you did see Breakwood going down here and checking this bottom siege camp to make sure that they're not going to be sneaking that away from them right underneath their noses. With this time, though, with knowing that they're not there, they probably can assume, yeah, they're on this camp. They actually could have grabbed the siege camp because it's just the Anubrak down here. Jaina will rotate off. They are going to go ahead and grab their bruisers. Meanwhile, top lane, Arthas is checking or going for it. Just checking. The solo lane matchup it's pretty it's pretty much what you expect. I mean, Arthas isn't going to be bursting down a Phoenix, and Phoenix isn't really going to be able to get a burst down onto the Arthas by himself. So they're just going to be kind of poking out, pushing the waves into each other. Arthas is just pulling this over by the front gate. It's going to take a little bit of damage to the gate, isn't going to give experience, so it doesn't really matter. And realistically, that's okay just to kind of freeze the wave so you're not going to be getting pushed in or pushing out too far. I want Windblades. It's Colossal Smash, unfortunately, now that I'm actually looking at it. We do have the Immortal Phase starting out here. We do have the members of CGL Black trying to burn this down as quickly as possible. We do have them doing the exact same thing on the side of X's Men. This will go over to CGL Black first, and I wonder if they just go for the race between the two, or if they're going to be going for any sort of invade onto this. No invade, just... Okay, they're just going purely for the burn between the two teams. Baskin is maybe looking for a hook. They're going to get the Anubrak, which isn't going to help. YOLO just says, you know what, telekinesis, get out of here. Don't... Just get out of here. And while they were trying to kind of slow down the race, that does... about a 2,000 difference between the two is pretty nominal, just to say. So we do have this going into top lane. Arthas is actually already there. I wonder if they're going to be swapping this off. We do have the Phoenix going into the bottom, who has been solo laning for the team. And Nubrak is going to go down there as well. I want to know. What I want to know from CGL Black is, are they going for the Syndragosa, or are they just going for Army of the Undead like a normal team would do? Ooh, nice combo onto Ray there, and follow-up. Oh my god, so much damage is going to be going onto the Jaina, and they're almost going to be able to get the kill, but it's not going to happen just yet. The healing out from Tyrande is great, and they also have their well available, so no deaths just yet. This is a deathless game. We're getting almost into the 7 talent tier for both of these teams. Phoenix gets some pokes, getting some poke out as well. We do have some body blocks going onto Yellow. There will be a root that comes out from Malfurion connecting onto the few, as well as Ray with those Howling Blast. There we go. And they take out the front gate, but that's really going to be about it. 7s will be achieved on the side of CGL Black. That means that Varian obviously can't fight the Ice X anymore, so they have to back. No, it's just, they just back off. They don't need to push in past this mid-wave point. And that's something you can take into your own games. When you're playing in the solo lane, you don't have to force the wave. You don't have to push into the gate. And now you're all the way over here and you have to retreat back to your front gate. Now, Varian, yeah, does have some great opportunities and abilities to sustain and make that walk out, but it could go south, so it's just one of those things. Take into your own games. You don't have to forcefully win the lane, and you don't have to play into the lane. You can always play by your gate, like we saw Arthas doing, and just playing it slow and making sure that they're not getting any sort of major value into you. This is going to be the siege camp grab, though, on the side of CGL Black. X's men could... Oh, the hook goes out, but Baskin doesn't connect onto Ray with it. They could invade onto this, and that's looking like what they want to do. Breakaway is going to get the double stun going out. They are going to have the root onto a couple backline members. Nice silence coming out from YOLO, but they're not able to capitalize much more on that. We do have Bus being able to get that teleport out on that Phoenix, and they disengage. Camp is going to be picked up and pretty much cleared out fairly soon. It really won't get a ton of value except slowing them down in that top lane. They do break off going towards their bottom. They have 30 seconds on their camp, with also the Immortal spawning in 30 seconds. Ooh, and we actually, excuse me, we have Arthas going down in top lane, getting caught out of position. I apologize for missing that. On the right-hand side, this camp won't be up in time, but they could go for this Bruiser camp with the Arthas dead. Maybe they play a little bit aggressive. It's definitely an opportunity for them here. Just kind of skimming through some of the talents. It doesn't look like we have anything too crazy out of the ordinary. Do you have Arcane Intellect for the Jaina, though? Okay. Just having a little bit more sustain on her mana, so that way she's not going to be running out as quickly. She doesn't have to tap the well as long as she's putting out the damage. But Immortal phase has started. We do have this Bruiser camp grabbed a little bit late, but it's actually going to work out for them in the best, because this will push into the camp that was grabbed in bottom lane. They don't really have to worry about clearing that out, and now they can go for the engagement. This Varian has the Colossal Smash right into this just to start out. We do have the stun to follow up onto them. They are going to get the smash. Nice telekinesis coming out from YOLO. They still don't have enough to follow up onto this. The root is there, but it's not going to connect onto anyone, as Baskin is about to get that hook. It does not make it onto YOLO in time, and now we're at the standstill point. 10s are close for both of these teams. Just noting quickly, the camp in bottom lane, this is going to push out fairly well. YOLO will go down there and clear it out a little bit. We have Tyrande making sure that this top lane doesn't get too much value. Icex will get scattered out here. They are going to grab their bruisers, so they will have some nice pressure on the side of X's men for that top lane. Bottom lane just won itself out over, and I think Alarak helped a little bit. So the longer they delay this, that's going to be benefiting them the most on the side of CGL Black. They do get, I was going to say, they get that Howling Blast. No, they want to maybe go for this this Varian and make this fight a little bit more difficult, but they do start to move over onto the enemy Immortal side. They're playing a little aggressive here. No 10s for either team, and a couple kills could push either team into that realm of having the actual 10 talent tier advantage, and then this Immortal phase could be really risky if you're pushing and you don't have that Storm talent tier for your team. And I'm just looking at this. I'm also looking at how the experience is coming in. They're going to soak up a little bit more in top lane, but this should be 10s first for the members of the X's men, and you can see that they're already pushing into this. They see them in top lane, so they're going to say, let's play aggressive. They will get the Tyrande. Stun will not connect, but they move over onto this Immortal, and they're getting some decent race onto this. Arthas will be coming back down into the lane. 10s for both these teams. And it looks like it's going to be the standard talents across the board. We do have a dive-in coming out from the Anubrek, the kill onto the Phoenix, web wrap out into the Jaina. They have nice burst onto the Toronto. That's going to be the second kill of the game. Excuse me, second kill of this fight. Another one going onto that Jaina reset city for the Li Ming. 3 kills, and you can just hear her being able to just get combo after combo out. And that is going to be Harris getting this this Immortals to the halfway phase. And we do have 3 dead, so I don't think they're going to be able to defend this. Phoenix is just coming back now. They can just rush this and get the burst in this without a problem. Best bet I was thinking that the members of X's Men would go for the clear, or not the clear, but just try and get some damage onto the enemy Immortal side, but they ended up just walking into this. The friendly hook comes out, but it actually captures the Treant from Malfurion. The level 4 talent, Vengeful Roots? No, that's not right. Yeah, Vengeful Roots. It spawns that little Treant, and it actually... Oh god, the friendly hook would have been there, but unfortunately it's a staggered death onto the Varian. They put their entire team in this bottom lane. They want to push with 5. Here's the thing though, take it from me as someone who doesn't compete at this level and has the skill level at all. This is where you need Syndragosa. Absolutely. Arm of the Undead, sustain, throw that out the window. Syndragosa, push it down the lane. No, we are going to be having this siege going in, though, in through the bottom lane. The hook goes out, doesn't connect just yet. 11 to 11 in levels, 4 to 1 in kills. Everyone back and alive. Heroics off cooldown. We'll see how they're able to push in on this bottom lane. Baskin will get caught by that Howling Blast. The root goes out as well. They have a lot of nice stuns coming out here. Nubrak diving in. There is going to be the Purification Salvo, and it is going to be, I think, stunned out. Phoenix goes down first in this fight. Triple C4 so low, able to stay alive as they also get the kill onto the Varian on top of it. They're just finding kill after kill, and they end up getting the Tyrande here as well. They get the pull in with the telekinesis, but they're not able to get onto that Jaina just yet. They start to go through this gate, and this Immortal still has half its health. They could move on to this keep with 3 dead. This could be catapult pressure in bottom lane consistently. Water Elemental out, trying to just get some more poke damage. The Anubrak goes in the telekinesis, and that is a staggered kill into the Jaina. The Phoenix comes back, but they end up losing their Jaina right before it. They do have the Varian and the Tyrande up in a second. This will be keep forfeited, and I don't think they're going to be able to end, but they do have the 13 talent tier advantage on the side of CGL Black, and with that pressure, they can pretty much do whatever they want across the map. You'll see them take out these sidewalls. This is something you can do yourself when you're leaving lane. What it does, it's not going to give you experience. It will bolster your stats a little bit, so that's one thing you can do, but it offers the enemy team vision, and if you take that off the map, they're not able to see your rotations as clearly. Because if you are rotating through this lane, there's little pockets of vision here. If you rotate like right through the center, maybe they won't catch you, but this allows them to be a little bit more sneaky, a little bit more tactile, and a little bit more aggressive in how they go for some of these picks on the side of CGL Black. Overall, they're playing this game very, very well, and this is kind of their game to run, noting this is also X's Men's map of choice. Go for this camp in top. This could be a little risky if they do go for this. 13 to 12 still. No one in bottom lane. There is pressure that's going to be mounting. As I said, there's consistent catapult pressure, so they're going to be having that spawn with every single wave, rather than when you take down the fort where it's periodically every 3rd wave. Varian going to go back, or at least feigning that he will. Camp picked up, and I think they're playing this safe and slow, not utilizing their advantage as I expected them to. But Alaric grabbing this camp. We should actually have the Immortals popping up fairly soon too. We've just been rotating around. No one's really going for a fight. No one pressuring. We do have 8 to 1 in kills, and at least just show some of the stats and some of the numbers and some of the damage that's coming out from these teams. Alrighty, they're going to leave this camp for a couple seconds. Tyrande Sentinel will scout that out, so they do have an idea of where that will be. We have this camp going to be picked up as well, so this should be fed into the top lane. Maybe see some of the members of CGL Black go ahead and clear that out. They'll have to do the same thing on the side of X's Men and for that bottom lane. I've been thinking about this like all game. Is X's Men a reference to Mr. X from Resident Evil, or is it like X's Men as in like Professor Xavier? I'm sure it's the X-Men reference, but I'd like to think that it's just a Resident Evil reference. We do have a little bit of a fight breaking out. I can just at least pull back to talents as 13s will be picked up momentarily for X's Men. Now that they're on the same talent tier, look to see them maybe play into this a little bit more aggressive. Varian does dive in. They have the Tyrande stun on to Ice X, and they're trying to find this. They don't get it. That is also going to be the healing coming out from the Malfurion. They pop that ult. That's going to be Web Wrap going out into the Tyrande, who does get burned out as well. The hook goes in on to Ray, and they're trying to find this. That is going to be the Starfall. The Purification Sub will be connecting onto everybody. Not going to be getting the kill onto anyone besides just that Arthas, as Varian is getting low. Dive in from a Nubrek. They do have that shielding, and they back out with 1 dead. And this looks like X's Men may have the ability to take the first Immortal in their favor. But the thing is, it's currently pressure on their core. My god, that's going to be Jaina getting bursted down. Halfway point is marked, and we do have this catapult pressure. Oh, this one catapult just not being a team player. But we have a fight breaking out here. This is a little bit more important. Actually, they chased them right off the point, and I think they're going to be able to burn this down. And I maybe spoke too soon for X's men. Granted, X's men will be getting that fort, so they have some pressure in the top lane. Just a note for anyone who might not know, when it comes to objectives like this, or even the boss on Volskaya Foundry, this will always go to the most well-defended lane. So it's not going to be going bottom and just ending. It's always going to go to the strongest lane. So that will be top, since there is still the fort there, and they'll be able to pressure him with that. Now, granted, Jaina's going to be in this bottom, cleaning out the catapult pressure, trying to keep the talent tier difference minimal. But here's the thing. We're about to enter a new bracket for the members of CGL Black. So they'll have that 16 talent tier. Hook going to go into Alarak. They do have the telekinesis. Nice diving from the Anubrak to follow up. Web Rep goes out onto the Tyrande to stop the healing. That's going to be the sounds onto the Phoenix, and they are not able to do much. They stand still and go down. Future Bile out from Baskin, trying to make sure they have an exit here. Breakwood is trying to find the exit as well, and the Starfall, I think, getting a little bit of damage. That's going to be the Tranquility out from Triple C4, and now we move in through this bottom lane. Still some shielding left onto this Immortal, so that does allow them to have some ranged attack from the Immortal. Once it loses that shielding, it moves into melee, as you can see. We have a lot of damage going on to that Varian, who needs to play a little bit safe. The Phoenix will be up in 9 seconds. Almost every... a lot of the Heroics are on cooldown, actually, at least on the side of... Oh my god, the burn onto the Varian. Varian, who even has shield wall at level 10, correct? Shield wall? Yeah. Isn't able to sustain through that. Just the lockdown coming up from CGL Black is really strong in this game. Really, really well played. Nice capitalization onto that telekinesis and getting the kill onto the Jaina. With this Immortal still at about 60%, they will start to move their way onto the core, and that looks like it's going to be game number 1 for S Division. Qualifier number 1 for the members of CGL Black versus X's men, going over to CGL Black. GG. Well played. Sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this. Did that audio not play? That's weird if it didn't. Huh. I don't know. Stream Deck's being weird today. Okay, alright, so we are back at this. All the stuff looks good. So let me quickly update one thing, because we are waiting for these teams to load in. So I have to figure this out, because I did not ask them while we were in that game. So let's see. So team number 2 is getting first pick, first ban. So they went for first pick, and that gives the map pick over to CGL Black. Okay, so cool. Alright, let me just update my little tool that Weenus made, which shout out to Weenus who made this tool. You're an awesome person. Let's go over to this. So the map bans. The map bans went as follows. If you might have missed it from the start of the game, CGL Black won the coin flip. They banned out Braxis Holdout. Dragonshire was banned out by the members of X's Men. They took us to Battlefield of Eternity for game number 1 and lost. They chose first pick for this next matchup, meaning CGL Black are taking us to Towers of Doom. And let's go ahead and get right back into this. Okay, so here we are. We do have ourselves up 1 game on the side of CGL Black, and we have a white main being banned out and an Anubrak banned out on the side of X's Men. They do not want to deal with the dive, and they also ban out the Garish. They don't want to have that Indomitable. They don't want to have that AoE lockdown, and they also don't want to deal with the potential of that toss, that repositional factor. On Towers of Doom, poke and displacement are such big tools. That's why we see a lot of, well, I personally like, and I like to see, and I've seen it quite a bit, a Junkrat on this map. Really good poke, as well as Jaina too. There's a lot of great heroes that can just keep these shrines, or the shrine phases kind of delayed out, and that can get you a lot of value across the map. But that's a snap pick onto the Diablo. Another thing to note, we could see Abathur here. This is a great map for the Slug himself. If we see someone who's an ex-StarCraft 2 pro, we could see something like a Samuro or the Lost Vikings. Those are great heroes if you have really, really good capability of being able to manage 3 units across the map for your friendly team. I know there's a couple people out there who do a fairly good Samuro. No, there's just shout out to Stark. I casting that and getting to see that's always a blast. So. It's just, I want to see some of those heroes. I mean, we're going to get some good drafts here. We're going to be having Tyrande Murden to start this out. They're going to be going for that double lockdown. Murden is a great brawler for this map. He has good engage and disengage. Tyrande just has a great poke with the Sentinel as well as the Lunar Flare. We do have the ability for the Starfall. That's great kind of delay as well as zone potential if you do get into those fights over the boss or the Sapper camps. Li Ming will be grabbed. with a Brightwing. Okay. Li Ming is going to be having the ability for the resets. She, like I mentioned, Jaina. Sorry, I was chugging team between the scenes when you couldn't see my face. She has really, really good poke, and the reset factor for her is massive. Now, here, I would be looking to ban at something in the solo lane. Maybe even Dahaka. Dahaka actually wouldn't be bad. It would pair well. It's another global that they can pressure them with, and that could be sitting in the top lane. You can just, burrow into bottom at the last second. But they go for the Zeratul. Okay. They don't want to deal with his sneakiness. They don't want to go with the potential for the Void Prison Apocalypse combination. That is a very good tool that you can utilize to combo into your enemy team. Hello, Dark Chimera. How you doing, friend? Okay. Zeratul banned out. We do have this Tyrande Muradin. They could ban out the Jaina themselves. That pairs well with the Muradin and the Tyrande. The poke from it onto the shrines is good, but they want to go for the Genji. No weeb boys today. We could actually get Hanzo. We could have him throwing some arrows into this. He does actually work pretty well as delay and poke on this map, but that's a little bit more range. They actually could go for it. That would work out for them. They could go into like something like a Hanzo here for a little bit more poke. Maybe no, they're gonna go for the Jaina. Oh no, Jaina and Hanzo. Okay, all right. I like the play for both of them. Captain Burley, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the stream. How come the only available quality is 1080? I usually turn down to 720 30 to save some bandwidth. So the way it works, unfortunately, Cranky Heroes, is since I'm affiliated and not partnered, the way it works is they give out the ability to change your settings to affiliates just as it's available. So like I have it sometimes, but not always. And this is apparently one of those moments where as a partnered streamer, they have the ability to just, that option's always there on their stream. Much like how a partner can change their stream delay through their actual dashboard and an affiliate can't, which to me is that's like the most bummer thing about it, because like I would love to be able to just like hot swap my stream delay so that way I could maybe cast something and then play something, or play something then cast something. But either way, I mean, we're going to be having this draft rounding out with a Falstad and a Yrel, and then a Malthael for the solo lane to go into that Yrel. Really, really good matchup here. Yeah, sorry, I typically stream at 1080 60 because a lot of people want that high quality. Also, all my VODs will then be at 1080 60. I do believe if you go back and watch this, you can lower the set. You can adjust the settings then. I'm not sure on that one though. Don't know that for sure. But Exactly. Unless you're partners, you can't always have it. So it's just sometimes for me, unfortunately. Sorry about that, Cranky Heroes. You're gonna have to deal with 1080 60, unless my computer farts and then I have to lower it down to 720 30 or something. That sucks. Today I learned. Yeah, Treebeard. How you doing, friend? How you doing? Glad to have you come by. But we have a game. Let's go ahead and get right into this. Sorry, I jumped the gun on that a little bit. I saw everyone's thing load up except for one. I was like, oh, wait, no, here we go. But thank you all once again for joining me for these awesome, awesome games. It's okay, one stream at 10 won't be. That's true. All right, let's go ahead and get into this game number 2. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having CGL Black up 1 game, trying to take this best-of-3 series in 2 games. We have Ray on the Malthael. We have Sonova Harris is going to be on the Jaina. We'll have Triple C4 going to be on the Tyrande. YOLO is going to be on the Hanzo, and Icex will round out the team on the Muradin. You can see them already saying, good luck, have fun, as X's men, they want to find this game, they want to find a win in this game, so that way they can take us to that beautiful game number 3. We're going to Breakwood on the Li Ming. Zatile will be on the Falstad. The Unibus is going to be on the Yrel. WF Baskin will be on the Diablo, and Smoke and Bolin is going to be on that right wing. Tyrande Sentinel actually connected right there at the end, so... We do actually have Bribe coming out from Falstad. Typically we see Seasoned Marksman or we see the Gathering Storm. I personally like Gathering Storm because that's just where I feel like I get the most value in my Falstad play. But we're going to be getting this Bribe, so we'll maybe see rotations between mid and top for this Falstad to make sure they're getting those stacks. Maybe even between mid and bottom, if they do go into that route. Yeah, I think that's going to be, not mid and top, excuse me, mid and bottom, because they're going to want to try and stack that up as quickly as possible. Ice-X is going to be having to get the Dwarf Toss out. That will be the Storm Bolt not connecting. Murden also going in for that third wind at level 1, so going to be having a little extra sustain, as that is procced, and you do get your healing threshold is a little bit higher, so that sustain that you can rotate out of a fight, have your team kind of poke, and then you're back at about 60% health. You can then re-engage with that is a big one. Ronan, thank you so much for the 5 bits. I do appreciate that, my friend. I do have alerts shut off during the cast of games, but I will resend your alerts afterwards, because I do want to thank you for supporting, and I want to give you that shout out as well. So thank you so much. Alrighty. Let's see. Hanzo is going to be going in for the simple geometry at level 1, so they're going to be having a little bit more with that scatter arrow. It goes into a little bit more of the poke. We also see sometimes the target practice that allows them to have a little bit more poke with their Q, which I can't think of off the top of my head. But overall, double bribe coming out from the members of X's Men. That Brightwing going to be having it too. That's awesome. I'm liking this double bribe possibility. But here's the thing: we got to be seeing them getting the stacks, and if they're not able to get those stacks quick enough, they won't be able to bribe some of these camps. Maybe between the two of them, they can kind of split the cost in a sense. They'll share the cost of a camp between Brightwing and Falstead. Swiftwing isn't really holding their own in these bribes, so Brightwing has to come in and help out. That's going to be a nice combo going out onto the Falstead, getting a decent amount of damage. A little bit more poke coming out, but they do not get more than just a little bit of damage onto this front gate and those 3 sappers going in. We do have 2 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock, which means we will have in 10 seconds the alert for those first shrines. You can see on the map that it is a triple altar phase to start out. Pretty much the standard on this map. We go into the single altar phase, and I do believe it randomizes, and then we have another triple altar phase, like 5th or something. There's a way, there's a logic behind it. It's not like Cursed Hollow in the past where like you'd have to sit there and kind of math out like, okay, it was in top left first, which means it has to be in bottom right, bottom middle, or like it just there's all this like there's ways to count and how it reset and all that. And now it's just like, oh, here, it's just on the minimap now. It's gonna be here. Infernal Shrines, this is the next shrine. You'll know it a minute and a half in advance. But triple altar phase going to be starting out. Typically, we do have the 2 members going up into the top lane, splitting that out. Triple C4 trying to go in this. They don't actually get stunned out. I think they just walked off that. They were afraid of the engagement going out onto them. Right side and left side going to be triggered at this point. We'll see the 2 solo laners rotate down here as quickly as possible. Mouthy a little bit quicker with that on a pale horse. We do have them zoned out currently on the side of X's Men. Ice-X taking a lot of damage. Nice Stormbolt coming out as well. Sidesteps the orb from Breakwood coming into the backline, though. We do have the 2 solo laners. Ray and Bus will be trying to make their way in. Nice poke coming out from that Brightwing at this time. We do have a little bit of a Fire Stomp coming out from Baskin. I don't think that would have interrupted, but this is a nice push in. We do have the Shadow Charge to start the engagement. That will be the Avenging Wrath going in as well. Falstead trying to poke at this. Meanwhile, there's going to be the Brightwing trying to grab this. They do go for the phase shift just to make sure they get that extra healing out onto the friendly members, and no one going down. We do have the Jaina going back really quickly just to grab some mana and health from the well, but Triple C4 so low. Doesn't get caught. That is going to be the Brightwing grabbing this at the last second. We do have Maltheo cornered. They get around the side. No one going down just yet. Hanzo trying to find an arrow onto the Yrel, and it will connect. That is going to be the first kill of the game. Second kill will be the Hanzo 1-for-1 trade at this point. We do have, oh my god, Muradin going down. I thought they'd make it out with 15 health, but that will be resets for that Li Ming. They only lose 1, and they end up getting the majority of the altar phase for themselves on the side of the X's Men. Sorry, I wanted to say the Mr. X because I was still on that Resident Evil thing. They grabbed this camp with the bribe, which also, just to note, if you didn't know this, bribe actually makes camps respawn a little bit quicker, so that means that we do have only 2 minutes and 17, or I think it's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds in total, instead of I think the 5 minutes that you typically have on these camps. That will be fed into this bottom lane as well. It does take a little bit longer of a time, so they will have their Hanzo and everyone up and ready for this. Maltheel's doing double duty, soaking mid and top. Actually, we can show you some of the, let's start with actually the healing numbers at this point, just so everyone can get an idea. Diablo, yes. That is a nice emote, Fury. I have to find out where that is after this game. I'll have to go back through Twitch chat and find out whose emote that is. That's a good one. That Mal'Ganis, like, what? Alright, boss is going to be up at this time as well, the 5-minute marker and also the left. Notes that we do have Maltheo trying to fight onto Bus here. They do. Ooh. Who wins? Who's gonna win this out? It's not gonna be the Yrel. She does have the Righteous Hammer. They will steal this away, but Ray is really the Avenging Rat to close to make the distance. Oh, they end up losing the Yrel though. That's not what you want to be losing. They grab the camp, which will be getting 2 out of the potentially 3 sappers in. This one over here is just not a team player. We are going to be having these 2 altars up at the time. Well, Falstad on the right-hand side is not going to be interrupted. Ray on the left. No one going to be interrupting either side. They just trade, and they'll be poking out between the 2. Yrel goes down. Oh, wait, not done just yet. No, I don't think they're going to be able to make it there in time. Breakwood is trying to get a combo. Oh, nope. If it was a little bit quicker on the call, they definitely would have had it. It's yours? Oh, I'm a potato then. Does Yrel ever win a 1v1 with Malthael? Nah. I mean, she can get away from it. or I mean, like, if I'm playing the Malthael, maybe she wins. If I'm playing it. They do have this chase onto the Falstad at the time. They're going to be trying to help their friendly team. That is going to be the team cleanse coming out from the Brightwing. They have the stun to follow up. That's Diablo in a bit of a bad spot. They do have 100 stacks on their souls. They do have that insta buyback, but they don't want to lose that as quickly as possible. Icex is getting a little bit low. Li Ming not able to get the end of the combo onto them. And it looks like that will be a nice little engagement between the 2 teams. No one going down. And we will be having a double altar phase coming up fairly soon. These 2 camps should be picked up fairly... Yep, those are going to be up in a couple seconds as well. That's what you thought, yeah. If it's me, if you ever go into the solo lane and you see a Bahamut and you're playing Yrel and he's on Malthael, you're probably going to win. Both of these camps are going to be available. They could go for them, but they also have this altar phase that will be starting fairly soon. We do have the 10s also achieved on the side of CGL Black. Nothing out of the ordinary. We do have the Water Elemental for the Jaina, going to be having a little bit more poke with that, as well as just an extra body in the fight. Nice arrow coming out from Hansa just to make sure they have some damage onto Breakwood, and just a little bit of kind of that disengage, like, all right, we see you, like, get out because we're going to be... taking this camp. This is ours. Oh no, we actually have Diablo going in. Nice charge. Hanzo with the arrow. That's going to be the Shadow Stalk from the Tyrande. Lots of damage coming out. They also have the Lightning Breath coming out. Yrel's going to be hopping over the wall into the fray of this fight, and they have a lot of damage coming out. She actually pops the absorption very early in here. Icex is going to be in the Avatar form and getting a little bit low. They're trying to find their way onto Ray, and they might be able to get it here. That is going to be the last race going onto I think it was the Falstad, but it was completely negated by, I think, the shielding from Brightwing. That one I did not see very well. We do have the Disintegrate to stall this out. They start to chase this. That will be Brightwing grabbing the top portion. We have Harris so low here. They're trying to find resets for Breakwood, but they're getting a little bit low being this far forward. We currently also have Bus a little bit low. Brightwing with those Blink heals are trying just to get a little bit extra healing for their friendly members. We do have the Malthael back up at this time, but that should be Brightwing grabbing this bottom altar, and that will be 4 more points of damage into the core of CGL Black. This is game number 2 from X's Men is completely different than what we saw in game number 1. And not in the sense of just like them playing like passive. It's just it almost seems like the communication in some of these fights is way more in tune for this game number 2. Maybe game 1 was the warm up, or they were just kind of getting to know their opponent a little bit here. But and I'm not gonna call it. This is Towers of Doom. I have casted and played in games where you're at 24 points and the enemy's at 4. You're like, well, you just gotta win one or take boss or something, and you end up losing. Like or it ends up being a 4-4 game and it comes down to like a boss fight. This is Towers of Doom. It's one of my favorite maps to cast because it's just you can't rush core. Gust to come out, that will be a 60-second cooldown, but it does allow them to grab this camp. They also don't have any sort of engagement onto that Falstad or the Brightwing. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Diablo and Li Ming are going to be trying to clear this out as best as they can. And they should be able, they already got one of them. That'll be a second one. Icex is going to try and get a Stormbolt out just to stack up that baseline quest. Only sitting at 15, I think, out of the 30 stacks necessary. Jane is still working on that Fingers of Frost as well. Needing 6 more regen globes, if I'm not mistaken. And when it comes to last right stacks, we are currently sitting at Goose Egg. There are none so far, as Falstad did not get killed by that last one that went out in the fight. Also, Tyrande's Lunar Flares are at 12 out of the 20 for her. Single altar phase, this is where we get to see a lot of good fight break out between the 2 teams. And if it is a big wipe, this is often where we see a team rush boss as well. That way you can get maybe even 8 points of damage into the enemy core. We'll see how that works out for them. They do start to take this engagement before the altar even spawns. Brightwing is in top lane. They are going to be having the phase shift down here. Lightning Breath does come out. They're trying to chase in on this. That is going to be the Water Elemental coming out from the Jaina. They have some decent poke on this. They need to retreat. The nice Stormbolt and follow-up. That is going to be the arrow coming out from Hanzo. Burst onto Falstad. They get the kill, and that is 1 going over in favor for the members of CGL Black. They have some nice vision coming out from Hanzo. No one on the altar just yet, and they all are just chasing this in. They're trying to find a kill. Baskin is getting a decent amount of just zone control and peel, and that looks like it's going just to be Harris grabbing this. I think Brightwing was going in for a little bit of a stall. They do get the Lunar Flare onto them once again. That will be some shielding coming out from the Yrel. No hearths just yet, but that will be 4 points of damage onto the members of X's core. This first match between these two teams, it's like, I didn't know what to expect from S Division. I'm very pleased with it so far. I caught bits and pieces of it this morning in Europe, and I saw some Asmodan, I saw some Samuro. There's some really cool games going on over there, so I'm excited to check out everyone else's streams pretty much later tonight. Like, I'm gonna finish this stream and then just go watch other people's VODs and just check out how the S Division's been going, because I want to try and get to know all these teams as best as I can, because we'll be seeing them for the next 3 weeks. And even then, there are a couple names that do, stand out to me. I do know Breakwood is a name I have seen before. Triple C4 as well, so there are just a couple that I like. IceX, I'm sure there's been a game or two that I've casted. We do have a fight breaking out. Hanzo with the arrow. That's going to be the last rights going on to Baskin. They do get the stack, and that's Diablo's souls ripped from their body. They will be spawning once again, but they are going to be at those 0 souls. Now we have a triple altar phase will be coming up, I think, in about a minute here. Oh, and I think... Oh, okay, sorry. I had a weird, audio, noise. Oh, no, my audio's doing the fun thing once again. I don't know what's up with Focusrite today, so I'm just going to do this really quickly, so you're going to lose my audio for a second. Cool. All right. Everything's all set. Sorry about that. I just want to be able to hear the game, and it's not doing this, weird noise. I got to figure out what's going on with it. Either way, I'm happy that we have smooth frames. That's all I care about, and just giving you all a good match to view. We have this triple altar phase. Brightwing and Malthael will be grabbing the right and the left-hand side, so it's going to be even trade on that. 16 to 24 once those go through. Yrel will be diving forward here. Diablo going to be engaging as well. That will be the phase shift coming out from the right wing. That is going to be Falstad getting pushed back here. Bray has already entered the fight as well. They currently have a nice engagement. They've split a couple of the members away from each other. Diablo, as I noted, does not have the souls. Hanzo with the arrow, they go right into the Falstad, and once again, they get the burst and the kill. That is going to be a lot of damage onto Yrel. I don't think they have the Ardent Defender. They don't, and that's going to be Lightning Breath getting the kill onto the Jano. Last rights will go onto Breakwood. They don't get the kill onto them, but that's a 2-for-2 trade thus far in this game. Triple C4 is trying to go for the pickup onto this. Brightwing will have this stall. Nice double Lunar Flare onto a couple members there, and with the Malthael a little bit low, they're going to have to tap that well for mana. They're going to try and stall this out as long as they can, but it could be a little risky, especially with the poke damage that come out from Breakwood. They need to play safe here as Malthael. There's the Shadow Stalk as well for a little bit of a sneaky engage. That will be interrupted from the Fire Stomp, I think, from Diablo, so they just aren't caught out from that. Breakwood trying to find a backline, just kind of poke from a distance here. Falstad with the flight right into this. They are back into the fight. Yrel going to be going right into the top lane from this. I think they're just convinced that they are going to have it. Okay, no, they're coming into the fight. I was like, wait a minute. Do you have Lunar Flare? Ooh, connecting on Diablo. IceX will be able to make it out just fine, and that is 8 points of core damage going into the members of CGL Black, and X's men will only take 4 themselves. They grab this bottom lane camp. I don't think they have enough bribe stacks, because obviously Brightwing's not using them. Well, there's one, actually. I should have saved it for the 3. Ooh. Oh, okay. Falstad had the last one. That's going to be that 2-minute 30 countdown on it. We have Ray going up into that top lane. I do believe I fixed my, so I had frame drops, which is, well, so I wasn't dropping frames from my ISP, I was actually dropping frames due to my encoder, and I do believe I fixed my encoding issues. So I no longer have to deal with those encoding issues, thankfully. At least for Here's the Storm, that's all I care about. If I have to drop stream down to 720p, for other games, that's whatever. As long as Heroes gets the best output, that's all I care about. And Spectrum's being nice to me, and so I'm happy. That's all I'm gonna say about my internet connectivity. But we have a little bit of a push out into this bottom lane. Huge burst going out. Hanzo with the arrow. They get the counter kill into the Gene of the Gust to disengage from it. Malthael could rip some souls here, and it's possible. That is going to be the Li Ming going down, so another stack for the Malthael on those last rights, currently sitting at 3. We have Diablo taking a bit of damage. They only have 78 souls. We do have the overpower once again. There is going to be the Lightning Breath coming out because we have the Yrel in the backline with the Righteous Hammer. They get the kill onto the Hanzo, and now they want to chase this a little bit further. Triple C4 seems to be the target. We see the pings going out for it. They could turn onto IceX. We currently have Ray trying to split the Falstad away from the team. This is currently just splitting off into 2 different fights as Falstad is trying to chase this. They don't get the chase onto that single altar phase in the bottom. They get the kill onto the Muradin. And now this is Falstad going right onto this. They could double up and go for the boss after this. 20 seconds on Hanzo, 36 on to the Muradin. Jaina just spawns right now. They grab this camp, I do believe, with Bribe. And that will be pushing into bottom. They could try and control this bottom altar, or they could go for boss. The way they're going across the map, it doesn't look like it's... Oh, no, there's the pings for it. Unless it's the enemy team. Blizzard, or whoever works on UI, for casters, specific... Because I know you're working on this UI, obviously. Could you go ahead and, when you do the pings, like, say, like, red team, blue team, so that way we know, like, oh, blue team's pinging danger. It'd be kind of cool. That will be them grabbing this point. They do have Gust available as well. They don't have the Emerald Wind, as they did go into the Blink heal for that Brightwing, but still having that boss control with the Gust is huge. Now we get into that dire point, though, of... This is the exact situation I was talking about with Towers of Doom. I've casted so many 4 to 24 games that absolutely turn around. They just shift completely, and you don't even see, like, it comes out of, like, nowhere. It's just like you're winning, and then all of a sudden you just can't win a single fight. It's really weird. Burst comes down on Diablo. This could be it. Last rights go out as well. Brightwing with the phase shift in. Hanzo gets the arrow, and they get the kill onto the Brightwing, and that's a double kill that's huge for them. Diablo loses soul, so they'll be back right away. Breakwood seems to be the next target. They have some decent damage. That is going to be Rel coming in. They try and get the... Water Elemental for the win is going to be getting the kill onto that Li Ming, and now a single altar phase is going to be starting out here. This bottom keep is already going to be falling down. I mean, they could actually burn this down before the sappers get here, maybe just one, so they can feed in 2 sappers, take them down to 22 health, and then take away 5 from that. Like, take them down to 17 if they can make this move, if they can make this work. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Falstad, I think they'll have to clear onto this in time, so it's just going to be 5 points of core damage. That's a good play, though. So it's 4 to 19. Boss is off the table for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so we're looking at 21 minutes into the game, I believe. Yeah, 21 minutes at the game marker is when boss should be back. We'll hear the laugh go across the entire map, but here's the thing. CGL Black is now holding bottom lane. Bottom lane is such a powerful tool on this map. You can feed in the sappers consistently. We have the left side going to be up in 17 seconds. Right side will be up in 1:30. That water elemental, woof. All right, Rel going up into the top lane. Just go ahead and get some clear onto this. Bottom lane still just being held over. We do have that left side camp up and available, but no one going for it just yet. Next altar phase is a double altar phase. If they don't turn back bottom lane over, that'll only put them down to 1 core health on the side of CGL Black. They also have their 20 talent tier advantage. They went for the Winter Mute on Jaina, which is basically, I believe it mimics the abilities, but at a lower, or like baseline percent? 50%. Increase the range 50%, while it mimics abilities for 50% the damage. That's what it is. Okay. I thought it was baseline, but no. I think that's Zeratul Might in the Nerazim, I think, is just a clone of your basic ability. Or maybe I'm just thinking of Abathur's just clone is just clone of untalented abilities. But even then, it's still like Jaina combo. Like double Jaina, terrifying. Double Genji, double Li Ming, double a lot of things. We do have Falstad trying to push up top lane a little bit. They want to find this 20 as quickly as they can. Zappers are going to be potentially fed into the bottom lane. If they get all this, that'll put this game at a 4 to 6. This is potentially 16 points, or excuse me, 13 points of core damage going in. Yeah, so 4 to 6, but they won't be getting these sappers in. It just buys them a little bit of time. Muradin, I think, will be able to get this. We do have Ray making sure that Falstad doesn't get that last-minute poke. They do just get the barrel roll right out, and I don't think there's anything they can do. 10 points of damage is going to be going over to the core of X's men. This game just got so interesting. I mean, it was interesting. A double Murky, absolutely. That dive on the Breakwood there was really nerve-wracking. Camp gonna be picked up once again. They're slowly whittling down their core health. Like this is what I was talking about. 4 to 24. 3 minutes ago. Boss is actually gonna be up in a couple seconds actually here. Or a minute. I was off on my time. Oh, I said 21 minutes, and I looked at it's just 20 minutes. Because if they can sneak boss on the side of X's men, that'll be huge for them. Yrel with the Ardent Defender, making sure that they don't want these sappers coming in at all. They'll burn abilities. 120 seconds. That's a 2-minute cooldown. They do not want these sappers fed in. They're trying to do the same thing though in top lane. Falstad with the bribe onto that, allowing them to have a little bit more pressure. If they can turn that over, that will make this next bell tower available for kind of a game-ending position on the side of CGL Black. Excuse me, sorry, on X's men. Sorry, I just did that backwards. I was like, wait a minute. Towers of Doom is the baseball of HOTS. It ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but like, I mean, yes, if you want to, like, I love hockey and some people don't love hockey, but I just like, for me, oh man, oh god. This game is getting so close. So they've evened this up. X's, oh god. X's men could take this game and take us to a game 3. I personally want the game 3. I know that CGL Black, they're just like, no. This can't, they can't get this. You can already see them posturing around this. They're already setting themselves up. They do not want to allow this to happen. Ray gonna be up here, making sure they get some poke onto this. Baskin will be diving in a little bit. Stormbolt going out, not connecting. YOLO's gonna try and grab this. They don't get it. The Righteous Hammer is available. They were just charging up just for that knockback. I'm gonna pull away the talents here just for a second. Damage coming out. I'm waiting with bated breath how they're gonna be going on this break. We're taking a lot of damage. Shadowstalk will be used as well. Burned already. They do have some poke. They're stacking up right in this corner. If Hanzo gets a nice arrow onto them, that is gonna be the arrow. That's gonna be, oh, the lunar flare develop. The last race does go onto the Brightwing, but it doesn't kill them. The Gust was used already as well. They want to move in now that they don't have those control tools, and that's going to be the false stay going down. They end up getting the rewind onto the Murden. They're trying to find some entrance on this. Jaina will be going down as well. Breakwood is trying to get the Reset City, but I don't think it's going to be happening. They lose the Malthael and the Jaina and the Li Ming. The members, oh, Malthael does buy back right away. That's going to be Ice X taking a lot of damage here. That is also going to the altar picked up in favor for the members of CGL Black, and so this is going to be a 4-5 game. Boss is up. If they end up taking this, oh my god, do they go for boss? They have to. They have to. This is a complete wipe. If they go for boss and they pick up one of the sapper camps, they've pretty much got this, right? 60 seconds, 25 on Falstead. He'll have Gust. Oh, but if they actually get both sapper camps, then they can win. Duh. I was just like, oh man, they gotta do this, this, and this. It's like, no, you just get 2 sapper camps, that's 6 damage, and just do that. Also, will be up. I don't know. Gust pushes back minions and mercenaries. Right? Right? I'm trying to remember. This is like such a nerve-wracking point. Let's at least show some of the healing numbers over time. They are unstoppable. Let's see. Does he go for the Gust? Hanzo with the arrow. Last right's going to be out as well. That's going to be the play of the game from Hanzo as well. They burn down the Falstead. 2 more sappers are available. Excuse me, 3 more sappers. They just walk away. They're like, you can have it. We're going to go for these. Oh, wait. Okay, it'll be focused on Li Ming. So they're just going up. They're going for boss, I guess. Falstead isn't up. They don't have Gust. That's going to be it. CGL Black, they're going to be taking this game with boss. That is going to be game number 2 going over to CGL Black. They'll move on in the series. They'll be going up against Looking for Work. GG. Well played. Oops. Well played.